Hello, fellow music lovers. Welcome to the Music Notes Podcast.
Woohoo!
I am your host, Emily Waddell, and I am joined by my co-host, Trinity Nelson.
Hey, everyone!
So we figured that for our first episode, we should start by introducing ourselves and what the heck this podcast is. So we are going to start with Trinity.
Hey, guys. My name is Trinity. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I am a second-year college student here at UTC, and I'm majoring in psychology and minoring in vocal music performance.
Yes! And my name is Emily. I am from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am currently attending UTC as well, and I am majoring in vocal music education. And it has been a ride, to say the least. It has been very challenging, but also quite rewarding when you can see how much you accomplish and kind of work hard and hold yourself accountable and responsible.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be wondering why on earth we made this podcast. What are some college girls gonna know, you know?
Right?
What the heck is this podcast gonna be about? Well, we decided to make this podcast because we wanted to create something that music majors and minors can relate to.
Absolutely. This podcast will include all things music-related, such as our college experiences so far. We will also be interviewing all kinds of music majors and minors, so people that are in a piano performance and pedagogy, composition, or even BAing in music. We'll also be talking about balancing our school life and social life, and also tips on making it through your music classes as well.
Definitely. Yes. So people who pursue music in college are constantly looked down upon. Mm-hmm. People often question, why would you study music? Because it's quote unquote so easy. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't need an education for that.
Right.
They don't understand the absolute skill and perseverance and determination that studying music entails. They don't get to witness the hours you spend practicing in a practice room or, skipping meals and just never taking time for yourself in general, never really prioritizing your health and just kind of prioritizing school all over the rest of your needs and necessities.
Absolutely. And even kind of going back to the so easy point, it's like everybody kept on saying, so you just play music, right? Like, yeah. That's it. You just sing? Oh, that's it?
Don't you just play the piano? Isn't that fun?
Isn't that fun? And you're like, little do you know, how much work it is. But, so what Emily was saying, I've experienced all of those things. I actually used to be a music major. I was a music therapy major. So I would have to study voice, piano, as well as guitar. So.
That doesn't sound too easy, does it?
Oh, no. It was very difficult, especially with all three of those skills. Oh my gosh, and because I would have to study all of those, I would spend most of my time in the practice room. Instead of chilling out, hanging with friends, or even grabbing something to eat, which is very bad because, you need to fuel your body to fuel your mind and, but I would rarely eat. So I began to also realize that I would be very nervous going to music classes. It took a serious toll on me. Of course, I love music, but I later realized that being a music major probably wasn't the best fit for me. It just caused me a lot of anxiety and way too many breakdowns. Seriously. But I changed my major to psychology because it still ties into me wanting to be a therapist or counselor in the future. I'm so glad that I'm still a minor in music because, like I said, still love music, but being a minor is less intensive. And it actually worked out really well anyway because I had a lot of credits from being a music major, and so it could just kind of trans over to my minor. So I only have a couple more credits to complete, and then
nice.
I'm done with my minor. So
that's a win.
It's definitely a win. So I'm happy about that. And so Emily and I, we're just so excited to be doing this podcast because honestly, I would have loved to hear something like this to help me out with my college career in pursuing music. So yeah, I'm very glad that we're doing this.
Definitely, I'm so glad as well. And going back to what Trinity was saying about her switching your major, that is totally okay. Once you're a music major, you're always gonna be considered a music major. And that's what we always think with Trinity. Like, even though she's a music minor and a psychology major, she's still a music major. She went through all of a lot of classes.
Yeah.
And it's okay to want to change your major. It's okay
Absolutely.
to want to give up. And we will definitely go into that in one of our later episodes as well.
Yes.
And also, with the whole, I would have loved to hear this, something similar. I always noticed that whenever I'd go on TikTok, I'd be so happy to see other music majors and minors going through the same things that we are currently going through. And that really inspired me to create that same sort of safe place for people who are pursuing music. So one day I randomly said, "Hey Trinity, we're making a podcast. You can't make out. You can't get out of it." I guess she was on board. And with my college background, I wasn't originally a vocal music education major. I actually double majored in vocal performance and theater, and that was the stupidest decision to do as a brand new freshman. Yeah, I wish I could honestly go back and slap some sense into myself, because 20 credit hours.
Wow.
Not it. So, and also, I didn't expect so much backlash from people as I did whenever I was a double major in vocal performance and theater, because, you know, people will ask you, "Oh, okay, vocal performance, what on earth are you going to do about that?
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to pursue as a career?"
Mm-hmm.
And it honestly made me feel very discouraged and unsure if I wanted to be a music major, or if I was cut out for that kind of criticism. And but then I changed my major to vocal music education, because I realized I liked helping people. I liked teaching people anything when it came to like music. I just liked teaching it, and that also got me into pursuing a vocal coaching business as well to help with that problem. And just like Trinity, being a music major is incredibly difficult. There were times when Trinity and I locked ourselves in a practice room going over jury pieces, piano things we had to record, and music theory, and we would not leave until 10 p.m. And then, to put the cherry on top, we'd have our music classes at 8 in the morning.
Absolutely dreadful.
Dreadful. Rough.
It was so rough. But here we are now to tell the tale.
Yes, we survived. You guys can too.
Oh my goodness. But this was our first episode, you guys. Thank you so much for getting to know us. We hope you enjoyed, and we can't wait to create more episodes. But before we let y'all go, we want to give you like a rundown on how we're going to run our episodes. Episodes. So first we will provide our listeners, you guys, non-music related tips to survive in college or just everyday life. We will also, Emily and I will state our favorite songs of the week so that you guys can add new songs to your playlist if you choose to.
Yep. And so for this first week, your college tip, survival tip, whatever you want to call it, for this first week, we encourage all of you to find a new hobby to do in your free time that is not music related. Now, it is because it is important to have other interests other than music, so you can avoid that dreaded, relatable feeling we all know as burnout. It can be something so simple like hiking, baking, painting, exercising, getting outside. Personally, I've been reading a lot of books, so that's what I do in my free time. I find it very relaxing, and it's definitely a way to, kind of recuperate after just kind of stressing yourself out with music theory and piano and all that jazz. Anyways, Trinity, what do you do in your free time?
So I know that we're kind of steering away from the music-related things, but I love listening to music in my free time.
Nothing wrong with that. That is totally okay.
It just relaxes me. It just takes me to a whole different place. If I'm feeling stressed out or anything, it just helps me out a lot. Kind of like getting into our favorite song of the week. Mine is Quietly Yours by Birdie. I love her voice, and the lyrics to this song are just so beautiful and personal. To me, it sounds like a love letter, but in song form. So I absolutely
sweet.
love it. What's your song for the week, Emily?
So I'm currently in love with a song called You and Me on the Rock. It is by Brandi Carlile, and she was inspired by the artist Joni Mitchell with that song, and I love Joni Mitchell so much. Her voice, and those lyrics. And with this song, the lyrics, they're so beautiful, and they fulfill my cottagecore heart, and it's such a wholesome love song. And it was written, Brandi Carlile wrote it for her wife, so that's another plus. So I highly recommend giving it a listen, especially if you like folk indie sounding sort of songs. And also to add to what I said about doing something non-music related, it's totally okay if you still want to listen to music. That's the reason you got into, you wanted to be a music major in the first place. You love music. So if that makes you happy, do whatever your heart desires. It's okay.
Yep. Thank you for that. That was good. But thank you guys so much for listening to us today. We can't wait to create more episodes, so please stay tuned for our continued content.
Also, if you have any suggestions on what we should talk about in future episodes, be sure to let us know, because we are very open and we want this to be a podcast catered towards you guys. So anything you want, we can try to talk about. But yeah, just feel free to give in your input. And we hope you have a wonderful day.
Bye, fellow music lover.